Jags and the 49ers. Man, talk about a cross-country trip. The Jags go from Jacksonville all the way out to San Francisco to play the Niners and beat them on their field 26-21 in a game that didn't feel as close as the final score indicated, honestly. It felt like the Jags were putting the Niners on their heels all game long. Top 5 graded players that we have for Jacksonville. Tight end Hunter Long, a 93.9 at the top of the list. Linebacker Devin Lloyd, an 87.6. Running back Travis Etienne. I always want to say Trevor Etienne. It's the narcissist in me.
Gator great.
Travis Etienne Jr. Gator great. No, I can't say that. He went to Georgia. He flipped to Georgia. I can't do that. 79.5. Bulldog grade, I guess. Cornerback Jordan Lewis, 75.9. Offensive guard Patrick Makaria, 75.6. And then Trevor Lawrence in this game, a 60.9. On San Francisco's side of things, Fred Warner graded well, 91.0. Then we got to go to Trent Williams, who's down in the 70s, 78.4. Offensive tackle Colton McKivitz, a 77.1. Tight end Jake Tonjes with a 75.3. Edge rusher Bryce Huff with a 71.7. Brock Purdy a 61.7 in his first game back from that turf toe injury. Seth told the story, Dalton.
Turnovers. Jacksonville with no giveaways. San Francisco with 4 of them. 2 Devin Lloyd interceptions, a Luke Farrell fumble, and the Brock Purdy strip sack from Eric Armstead at the end of the game. Jacksonville, 17 points off turnovers. Trevor, I'm not going to lie to you. I think if I was through 4 weeks giving out an Assistant Coach of the Year award, I think it might be Anthony Campanile, the Jaguars defensive.
You've been singing his praises for good reason.
The way they did, it's no coincidence to me in any way that Devin Lloyd got 2 interceptions in this game, because I told you in a preview of this game, the Jags right now are the best team in covering the middle of the field in the NFL right now. Here's the craziest stat to me. Through 4 games, there's 2 layers of this. Through 4 games, Jags have 13 takeaways, leading the NFL. You know how many takeaways they had last year?
13.
9.
Oh, man.
All of last season.
That's rough.
They had 9 takeaways the entire year last year, and they have 13 in the first 4 games. They defend the middle of the field well. They're fast. The communication is way better than last year, and they are flipping games upside down with the turnover margin right now. 13 takeaways in 4 games is absolutely ridiculous. They got 4 more in this game. Again, 17 points off of them, and then you look at the punt return for a touchdown from Parker Washington. This team is playing 3-phase football, and they're Trevor Lawrence in their passing game coming into the year. Think about it. Trevor Lawrence, Brian Thomas, Travis Hunter. We thought that was going to be the reason, if the Jags were good, that they were going to win. That might be the weakest part of their team right now, because they're blocking well up front. They're running the ball well with Travis Etienne. And I'm telling you right now, this defense is probably if you don't know about this Jaguars defense yet, I think it's the most underrated unit in football right now. The turnaround that Campanile has got going with some new personnel on this defense, with some new alignments on this defense, and the star players like Josh Hines-Allen, like Devin Lloyd, Foye Oluokun, Jordan Lewis, those guys, they're playing extremely well. They're playing like stars. But again, I will say it again, this Niner team, they wanted to throw down the middle of the field. Mm-hmm. You're not doing it on this team. You got to attack this team on the outside. Campanile is coaching his butt off right now with this Jacksonville defense.
When it looks good for Jacksonville, it's very easy to buy into this team. Again, when I was doing my power rankings, they were the highest riser. I brought them up 7 spots. It's so easy to want to buy into this team when it is looking good. And the defense obviously is playing really well. Sadly told the story for me. The diversity of the Jags' passing weapons is something that I have loved. I know that we've pointed at it a couple of weeks, but where it's like, they're not getting Brian Thomas Jr. involved, they're getting these other guys involved. But now that we're 4 weeks into the season, now you go, wait a second, okay, I kind of see the vision here for being as diverse as they are. Brian Thomas Jr., much more regular game that you would expect from him. 7 targets, 5 receptions, 49 receiving yards. Brenton Strange, 7 targets, 6 catches, 45 receiving yards. Travis Hunter, 5 targets, 3 catches, 42 receiving yards. Hunter Long, 3 targets, 3 catches, 23 receiving yards. Bashal Tootin out of the backfield. LeQuint Allen out of the backfield. Travis Etienne out of the backfield. There's just so many different weapons that this team can go to. And last year, it felt like it was just Brian Thomas Jr., him and nobody else. And now it's like, you want to get more from what we've gotten from him over the last couple of weeks, but you love the fact that this ball could go to anybody. And that they're very diverse in how they're doing things there. Also love the run game. That continues to be so impressive to me. We've talked about it on this show. Liam Cohen, everybody talked about he's going to Jacksonville. Let's talk about Trevor Lawrence. Let's talk about the passing game. Let's talk about all that kinds of stuff. First and foremost, he really helped accelerate the Buccaneers run game when he was the offensive coordinator there last year, and he has done so with the Jags here. Once again, this week, 151 rushing yards, 8 first downs on the ground. 52 yards before contact.
Their offensive line's moving
Who
people.
thought that was going to be the case with the Jags offensive line? He has this offensive line playing a scheme that is getting a lot out of them. And so you have to give it to him, as well as how he is utilizing the running backs that he has to hand the ball off to. So when it is working for the Jags, it looks good. And right now, coming off of that game against the Niners, it looks good.
They're running the ball at the ninth highest rate in the league right now. And I'll tell you another thing I really like when this team, they don't go to it as often as maybe some of the top teams in the league, but their tight ends, their 3 highest graded run blockers, and their offensive line's been solid with those new additions. Their 3 highest graded run blockers, all tight ends: Brenton Strange, Hunter Long, Johnny Munn. They're putting extra blockers on the field. They're building this wall up front, and their run game right now has been far better than their passing. If they do get Lawrence and Thomas and Travis Hunter, and Parker Washington's been good too, Brenton Strange has been solid receiver too. If they do get the passing game clicking on all cylinders, this could start looking like the Bucs offense did last year. It really could. They just have to get it going. And I do think, I still feel like little by little, Trevor Lawrence is getting there. He's figuring out this system and just how it works and the timing and the chemistry of it all. I think that's going to come slower on a week-to-week basis. But the way they're running the football and the way they're playing defense, this Jags team, I tell you, we've talked so much about the Colts the first month of the season. Tied right at the top, tied for first place with Jacksonville.
Yep.
So this is going to be a fun race with two teams that I think have really figured out, with a lot of new personnel, how they want their teams to operate.
Most disappointing for me is the Niners pass rush. Nick Bosa now out for the season, torn ACL. 50.2 pass rush grade for the Niners, 0 sacks, only 2 pressures in this entire game, and a 19.4% pass rush win percentage. You know what the middle number was in the NFL for team pass rush win percentage this week?
Probably in the low 40s.
43.2%.
Nailed it.
And the Niners had a 19.4. You're not even close to the middle.
Bryce Huff is the only guy you really worry about.
But that's the problem.
Yeah.
Is that the additions that they made, and you can't see this coming, and so I'm not going to sit here and just play this game of hindsight. But Michael Williams, why'd you draft him? Run defense. C.J. West, why'd you draft him? Run defense. He can do a little pass rush for you, but run defense. Alfred Collins, why'd you draft him? Run defense. You drafted all of these players to say, we're going to get way better at run defense, which they had to do. I want to be very clear. But the whole thought was, we get these guys in the building, pair them with Nick Bosa, give a little splash to Bryce Huff, and we'll be good to go. Without Nick Bosa, I don't know if this works.
No, I mean,
right?
and
it's the Robert Saleh problem of,
they're not going to blitz.
That's the thing. Somebody's got to get home. Without Nick Bosa, you're in a scheme that doesn't blitz. So that's what's most disappointing for me, is that until this gets better, it's going to be hard for me to buy into what the Niners are going to be doing on the defense side of the ball, because I don't think the scheme lends itself for them adjusting to mitigating the loss of Nick Bosa.
No, it's a personnel problem. There are two guys, and we all know them. There's two guys in this defense they absolutely could not lose: Fred Warner and Nick Bosa. You lose one of those guys, you're in major, major trouble. And look, similar vibe to last year with the Jets defensive line, and they don't blitz much, where when Jermaine Johnson got hurt, oh boy, it got bad in a hurry with the Jets. And the play, especially the snaps that Quinnen Williams wasn't on the field, it's the same vibe in San Francisco right now. The Nick Bosa injury, really for the impact that it has on his team, is one of the most devastating losses that could be. Similar vibes to last year when Aiden Hutchinson got hurt and we all just knew, it's kind of the same thing here. And Warner makes up for a lot in run defense. Those guys are solid run defenders. Mikel's been pretty good in run defense. But at this point, yes, Bryce Huff. But if Bryce Huff is your best pass rusher, that's not the idea.
Yeah.
That's not what you want. So
any of the shout-outs
it's
before we move on?
Just real quick, Devin Lloyd in this game, man. What a beast. 87 run defense grade with 2 run stops, 2 interceptions, 2 other coverage stops, rushed a passer 3 times and got a pressure on 2 of those. Devin Lloyd playing like one of the best linebackers in football, and I'll just keep saying it. Do not throw over the middle of the field on this Jaguars, on this zone defense, because you are going to run into a lot of problems.